Hey everyone, it's me, Tiffany again. I hope everyone's having a good weekend. What I'm actually going to do here is just go ahead and stick with the claim that I used in week 1. My claim in week 1 was that cigarette smoking can often lead to cancer. And what I'm going to do in my argument is just go ahead and emphasize a little bit more on the two supporting subjects that I used to make my claim possible. One of those is actual personal experience, and the other one is the development that research has brought. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Smoking cigarettes has not always been frowned upon as it is now, and that's due to all of our modern technology that we have. All the technology that we have now actually contributes to the research that's been done in figuring out what the risks are from smoking cigarettes. According to the CDC, otherwise known as the Center for Disease and Control Prevention, cigarette smoking is the #1 risk factor in lung cancer. In the United States, cigarette smoking causes about 90% of all lung cancers. I've actually experienced this firsthand through my grandma. She was diagnosed 2 years ago with stage 3 lung cancer. Prior to her diagnosis, she hasn't been smoking for 15 years, so she quit 15 years prior to the actual diagnosis. And that just brings me to the point of showing that even when you do quit, you still are at risk a little bit more than you would be without smoking cigarettes at all. Tobacco smoke contains more than 70 different cancer-causing substances. These substances are the chemicals that are released through your lungs into your body. Many scientists have actually found that those chemicals do harm and affect your DNA. Lung cancer is not the only cancer that can be caused from smoking. According to the American Cancer Society, tobacco accounts for at least 30% of all cancer deaths and 87% of all lung cancer deaths. Many conducted studies have found that smoking cigarettes leads to any type of cancer, possibly mouth, lip, nasal cavity, stomach, pancreas, kidney, bladder, and so forth. This brings me to another point of my actual argument. A personal experience of mine, my dad was actually diagnosed last year with kidney cancer. He was a heavy smoker from around the ages 18 to about a year prior to his diagnosis. He was actually able to get the kidney removed that had the cancer, so he is in remission right now, but that does not mean that he is not at risk for future health risk. Being exposed to tobacco smoke can increase your risk even if you aren't smoking a cigarette. If you've never even smoked a single cigarette in your life, you are actually exposed if you are near someone who has, hence the word secondhand smoke. According to the CDC, every year in the United States, about 3,000 people who never even smoked died from lung cancer, and that's all because of secondhand smoke. So it's an important fact. If you or someone you know actually smokes around you, you are being harmed from the smoke that they are releasing into the air. Cancer is a really scary and common disease that can be transmitted for many different reasons, but smoking is the leading contribution to it. It is important to know that fact because even if you do or don't smoke, you do know that there are risk factors that are going to contribute a little bit more than they would if you did smoke or if you don't smoke around someone that does smoke. The efforts of this argument was just basically to bring awareness to people that do smoke or don't smoke of the harmful risks that are involved with the release of all the chemicals in your body from that actual little small cigarette that you are smoking. So if you do smoke, it's great to stop as long as you can. I know it's hard. My dad's been through it, my grandma's been through it, but it will help you in the long run. Not necessarily saying you won't have health risk. You may have health risk already, but it will decrease them a lot. So I hope that I got my point across, and I hope everyone has a good day. Thanks for listening.